Hello, hello, everyone. So good to see you all. We'll give everybody another minute to get in. But for those who are here today, write in the chat, why are you here today? Or you can take yourself off mute if you're brave. Why are you here and what would you like? Oh, to see me, Helen, it's been so long. Good to see you. Well, that's lovely. All right, we have some more people coming in. Curiosity and connection. Love it.
I want to be able to learn how to more maybe intentionally manifest and up level my manifestations, because I know that I can. I've seen it and witnessed it. I just, like how more intentional can I be? And like, I'm ready to take them to the next level.
Awesome. Sounds good. Yay, yay, yay. More people coming, and then we'll get started because it's so fun. Manifestation is one of my favorite things to talk about. Really, 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 truly. And so I'm going to get started. I'll let people in when they want to come in. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Amanda Chan. I am the chiropractor who helps people to regulate their nervous system. So today, let's dive in. Manifestation. Okay. When it comes down to it, it's your nervous system, your self-worth that does the manifesting. Your nervous system, who you are as a whole, gives off your frequency, your energy, your vibe, and that's what attracts things to you. Okay, simple. Now, how did we get talking about manifestation here? Well, I actually started this process 17 years ago, so quite a while ago. A friend of mine in chiropractic school said, hey, I have a documentary that's going to change your life, stay after school, and I'm going to show it to everybody. So I was like, okay, great, whatever. The movie was The Secret. I got really excited about it, but I wasn't able to manifest. I thought I was following what they were saying, but apparently I was not. I was missing some key components, which is okay. It was a great basis and a great start. Then I want to fast forward to last year, which I feel like I needed to make a shift in my life. Something needed to change. Things were getting to be very, let's say, normal, I guess. And there was no newness. I was comfortable. I don't like the word comfortable. So I decided that I wanted to work on all the traumas of my past. Yay, how fun would that be? I have no idea why I decided to do that, but I did. And so I started to work through not just the traumas, but why I thought the way that I thought. So I was working on my mindset, my limiting beliefs, but it was all based on how did I come to think this way? And then I started to work on some of my desires and to figure out what I really wanted. So that process put some keys into place, which really helped change the way I manifested, but it wasn't the only thing. Okay, so mindset work is super important when you're doing manifesting, but it's not the only thing. So last year was a big year, just so you know. And that at the second half of the year, I was introduced to Chinese Metaphysics. And lo and behold, there is actually a branch of Chinese metaphysics that has to do with manifestation. And so what I did was I melded the Eastern techniques with the Western techniques, and then I added another layer in order to combine all three and cut down the timelines it takes for manifestation. And so for those who are curious about what is actually Chinese metaphysics, most of you have heard of several components of it. So like feng shui is the energy around the home or your environment. Okay, most people have heard of like acupuncture or tai chi. Those are involving the healing aspects of Chinese metaphysics. There's also there's about 5 of them that they categorize. So you've all heard of Chinese metaphysics, but you haven't just heard of all the branches. That's it. Okay. And then another key element happened about 2 years ago. We started in our office working with FSM, so frequency specific microcurrent. Many of you have tried it, many of you haven't, but frequency, when we use with manifestation, is a technique and a tool that can help augment and cut down the timelines it takes to get to what you want. And I'll explain how that works, right? So all of those things combined is what we're going over today. And the reason you're all here is because a couple weeks ago, I was on a call with one of my mentors, and she was doing this. There were like 1,000 people in attendance. And she said, oh, I'm giving away these prizes, a couple prizes. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to win one of those. Because why not? And I did all these, I did Chinese metaphysics, I did like the manifested, and I won. I was like, oh my goodness, I was screaming, jumping up and down, because I was like, okay, I intentionally manifest this, put everything I know together. And as soon as that happened and I won, because 1 in 1,000 is pretty good. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to teach people how to do this, because I've been teaching bits and pieces of it throughout the last year. Some of you who have worked with me in small groups before have done some of the Chinese metaphysics stuff, but I've never put it together for everybody. Well, because I wanted to test it out for myself first to see if it holds true. And so now I'm going to start teaching it so that everybody can benefit from it. So that is why you guys are here from my point of view, but I'm sure there's other things that have led you to be here today. Okay. And so obviously we're not going to be able to get through everything in, one day, because this is like Chinese metaphysics is something that you can work a lifetime in and still not fully get down. But we're going to do an overview. And then after, if you want to continue the process, you can. And if you stay and watch until the end, I am doing a huge, absolutely huge giveaway. And so I'd really, really love for you to be there. Okay. It'll be super duper fun and everybody wins a prize. And the reason I'm doing it is because it's my birthday week and I love giving away things on my birthday week. It makes me so happy to do that. So please stay at the end so you can figure out the prize that you want. All right. So here we go. We're going to do 8 keys for manifestation today. If you have any questions, I am going to try and yes, thank you. Happy birthday. Get to them if I can, because I'm trying to manage all these things and letting people in still. So I will try and get to your questions at some point. So key number 1 is you need to create space for what you want to manifest. So a lot of people start the manifestation process at the next step that I'm going to talk about, but it actually begins before that, because you need to have space to create change, right? Most people don't even talk about this. So what you want to do is take inventory of your environment, your relationships, your finances, your health, whatever it is that you're looking to manifest, and you need to clean up some space and clear up some space for change. So how are some ways that you might be able to do that? All right. It could be something super simple, like cleaning out your emails. I did that a couple of weeks ago. Anything that I no longer wanted, I unsubscribed from everything. Right? Could be cleaning up an area of your house, right? You know how well you feel after you do a lot of spring cleaning, and it's spring. So spring cleaning, that is because you're clearing up energy, right? You can, if you have any idea, tidy receipts. Yep, get those taxes in. It's tax time. Clearing up space is your first step, because you have to be in an environment that you can attract more energy in order to get what you want, right? There are some people who use feng shui, like I said, it's a Chinese branch of Chinese metaphysics, and it is, I don't know much about it, but if you put objects in a certain environment in a certain way, it could change the energy in your house. And so you can use that as well. So one of the ways that I'm going to teach today is going to be a cleansing technique. Now, with Chinese metaphysics, the reason that it's so potent in manifestation is because not only you add in a time that you do it and a direction that your intention is, along with your intention and the action steps. So you're adding more elements to align up so that you can receive what you want. So this special Chinese metaphysics cleansing is to be done on March 17th. I picked a date for you a little further out so that people can have a chance to watch this, between 3 and 5 p.m. because the energies are most potent at this time. And I'll show you how we calculate the times later on, but just for time's sake, it's going to be March 17th from 3 to 5 p.m. So what you're going to do is you are going to meditate in whatever way that you can. So you're going to clear your mind. If you've done meditation before, you're going to just get to a place where your mind is fully clear. Okay. If you haven't, you're going to get into what we call sage mode. And all that means is you're going to count down from 64 to 1 in your head. Okay. And by that time, you should start to notice that your thoughts are slowly getting slower and slower. Okay. And so the cleansing is going to, what you're going to do is think about some of the things in your life that you're ready to let go of, some of your limiting beliefs. You're going to draw out past experiences that used to cause you pain and suffering. And you're not going to go deep in, okay? You're not going to like think about your most worst traumas that you've ever experienced and then go relive it or anything. It's just going to be a thought, okay? You're going to be like, okay, when this happened, when that happened, anything that you no longer want to hold inside of you, you're going to imagine that you're drawing it down from the top of your head to your feet, okay? And in front of you, you are going to place a candle or water, whichever one you want to use, whatever you're most attracted to. And you are going to pretend that you're drawing out all the pain, all the suffering, anything that you want to let go of, frustrations, guilt, fear, and you're going to direct it towards either the candle, if you want to use fire, or water, right? And you're going to imagine that all these energies are going to come out of you, and then you're going to disintegrate it into the fire, if you're using fire, okay? And when you're done this process, it doesn't have to be long. It just could be a few minutes. You're just going to blow out the candle. And if you're transferring all the energies into water, so you're going to have a bowl of water in front of you if you choose water, you're going to throw out the water. You do not drink the water, okay? Just throw it out. All right. So that is a great time and day to do a cleansing process. It means that the energies, like just now, we're in a full moon, right? So it means the energies are more available for certain things to occur. So that is a day that you're going to do a cleansing. Afterwards, most people feel really great and even have more energy from themselves. So the first step is to create change. That's the first key to manifesting. The second, and this is where most people start, is to get clear on what you want, right? Most of us aren't clear on what we want because we don't give ourselves permission to ask for what we actually want. When we were children, and you can talk to my kids, we wanted everything, right? Mommy, my daughter Dakota's like, Mommy, I want this. Mommy, I want that. I want this doll. I want that doll. I want this. I want that. Very, they know what they want. But when we were children, we were told, you can't have that. Don't be silly. We can't afford that. You can't be that. You can't. We keep telling them that they can't have something, don't want to have it, or they're too silly to think of wanting that. So what did we do? Over time, we just stopped asking for what we wanted. Right? And just so you know what I tell her, instead of saying you can't have that, I tell her, you can have anything you want. It might just not be in your timeline or when you want it. So that helps to solve some of that. But give yourself permission. If you fall into the category where you don't even know what you want yet because you've been told no so many times, you need to give yourself permission to dream again. Before you even say what you want to manifest, you have to say, okay, you can dream. If you can have anything you want, what is it that you want? Now, assuming you know what you want, once you figure out what you want, your thoughts, right? This is the regular manifestation process. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, all in alignment, are going to get to your results. Okay, that is what we've been taught. Your thoughts, so what you think about, plus how you feel about it, then the actions that you take, when they are in alignment with what you desire, that's how you get the results. Okay, that's very simple. However, in practice, it's not always that way, right? So step 3, or key number 3, is remove the limiting beliefs around what you don't want. So in your head, let's say everybody here has the same thing that they want to manifest and they want more money. Okay, we'll go with that one. It's easy. If everybody wants that, think of a number in your head of how much you want. And then right after, write down, what is it that your mind said? So let's say you wanted $25,000 a month. What was the next thing that popped into your head? Right? Type it into the chat. What came up? Yeah, right. Laugh out loud. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. What else? Why? Yep. How? Yep. I'm being greedy. Yes. Yes. So these are all the limiting beliefs that you need to clear during the manifestation process, because those are your thoughts, right? If those are your thoughts, then you start feeling, if you are saying I'm greedy, it won't really happen. How are you feeling? Not really good about yourself, right? And so you're gonna take actions based on that. And then after that, you're gonna get results based on that. So again, even in just that, if you're off on the first path, which is your thoughts, then the rest of the manifestation process isn't going to go the way that you want it to. So key number 3 is you have to remove the limiting beliefs around what you want. So when you say what you want, those thoughts that pop up immediately, those are your limiting beliefs. So usually it's the exact ones you guys said, like, you can't do this. Why do you want this? There's not enough of this, or like, there's not enough time, there's not enough money. Who do you think you are for having that? Okay. And there is a process to move beyond that, which we can go through later. But right now, it is important to know that if you have a goal or something you want to manifest and you're having these things pop up, that is the reason why you can't move to the next level. It's because those are there. Okay. And so you need to be able to move through them, these limiting beliefs, notice when they come up and move through them. Okay. Because again, the key is that your thoughts, feelings, and actions need to be in alignment to get the results. And you can't just think your way to results or feel your way there. You have to take action in line with those thoughts and feelings. Okay. So key number 4 is to tap into your future identity through your intuition. So a lot of people during the manifestation process talk about, oh, act as if this were to happen. Act as if you had $1 million. Act as if you had were in the best health. But what we want to do is to tap into the future you that already has that. Tap into your future identity, the one that already has what you desire. And from there, you want to ask yourself, what thoughts would this person need to believe? What feelings would this person need to experience? What actions would they take? Because they are already achieving what I want to achieve. In order to help you with that, There is a Chinese Metaphysics way to enhance your intuition. And this is done through charting something called your Chi chart. They have these charts all over the place. So you just have to look it up, but you enter your date and time of birth and everything, and it's specific for you. So in your Chi chart, there will be what's called an intuition palace. And when you meditate in that palace or in that direction, then you will help enhance your intuition. And what we want to do with the intuition is so that we know what our next step is. Another way that I use to tap into my intuition, because I'm combining the Chinese metaphysics with also my frequency devices. So if you've been to the office, you know, this is what the frequency FSM specific microcurrent looks like. It's one of the devices I use. And on it, there is a setting for awaken intuition. So if I feel like I want to tap in more to my intuition, I will run that frequency. Another device that I also use at home is the Healy, and it's another device that allows you to align your energies. Okay, so these, now that with technology, we have other tools that allow us to not only have to figure out the frequency on our own, but to bring more coherence to the body while we are manifesting. Okay, so that was key number 4. Key number 5, which has to do with key number 4, is that, oh, there's a question too. Will you list the names of those, please? Yes, I can send that in an email afterwards. I'm making myself a note. Perfect. All right, the next key is there. The key, the next key is that the key to everything is vibration, right? Our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, they create a vibration. Our nervous system, who we are, is creating a vibration. And there's, in the universe, there's a current that runs through it, right? And it's energy. And we respond to it with our frequency. That's how we play around with the energy, right? So I'm going to name a couple emotions, and I want you just to close your eyes and see where those emotions are in your body. So let's say we go with joy. What does your body do? Where is it? I'm watching you guys, and you guys are sitting taller. Yeah, it goes to your heart. Some people are smiling, right? Now let's go with guilt. Where does that sit? Yeah, a bunch of you dropped your shoulders, rounded forward. Right. How about fear? Yeah, your stomach. Yep. What about fear? What does that do to your body? I see funny faces from Sarah. So different emotions, as we just saw, are in other different areas of our body, and they have a frequency and a vibration that go along with that. If you are feeling shame, guilt, fear, do you think you are in a higher or lower frequency? Right? Chest, throat, yeah. Yeah, lower, for sure. And if you're in a lower frequency, are you going to be in a match or in resonance with what you desire? So that's why frequency is so important. You need to be in alignment with what you desire. But if you're desiring, you know, abundant health, abundant finances, amazing relationships, the guilt, shame, and fear are pulling you down, right? You're not going to get there from that, which is why it's a game of face lower frequency. Yep. It's a game of how you're able to change your frequency and your vibration. If you feel shame and guilt around money, like so many people do, how are you going to attract more of it? Most people say they desire more money, but they feel fear, guilt, shame around their desire for money. That's not a match, right? You're not going to be able to attract that which match. So what do you think is the emotion of manifestation? What emotion would you like to feel, or is the best resonance with what you want or what you desire? Take a guess. Trust, happiness, peace, close. No one has said it. Abundance, close. Joy, gratitude. That's right. Yay. It's gratitude. Yeah, you guys got it. So the emotion for manifestation is gratitude. And not only gratitude, because it's easy to be grateful for what you have. Like, oh, I'm so grateful that it's sunny outside. Yes, I am. I'm grateful that my heart's beating. Wonderful. But it is not as easy as that to be grateful for things you don't have yet. Right? So your next level of manifestation is going to be coming from gratitude for the things you have not yet received. Yeah, Eckhart Tolle, gratitude is the foundation of all abundance. It really is. So not only do we want to be grateful for what we currently have, all the past that has gotten us to where we are, we want to be grateful for the future and things that are yet to come. And we want to call in the abundance from there. So we want to be, I am so grateful that I am, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? Gratitude for something ahead of before getting it. That's where the faith comes in, because you know that you're going to get it. Well, you have faith that you're getting it, and then you're grateful in advance for that. So what are some tools that we can use to enhance our vibration? You can do a lot of people like to do their mantras, right? Meditation, being out in nature, those are all good ideas. Okay? Those are all helping raise your frequency, raise your vibration, being in community with others, right? Being with like-minded individuals, that's helpful. Healy, yes, I do use my Healy for that. And again, using the frequency devices help as well, because you don't have to change your vibration all on your own. And if you tap into all of them at the same time, then you're really able to move through some of the more negative emotions quicker. And it's not that we don't feel them. You know that the work that we do is never about not feeling it. We want to feel what's happening and then transcend and include that into our experience. Right? So it's always transcend and include. It's not get rid of. We include the parts of ourselves that we have excluded. But now with technology, with different, like even with Chinese metaphysics, we have access to things that we might not have had before. Right? Mantras are music, right? Those are all tools that you can use to change your vibration. And remember, your frequency is about alignment, right? Getting into alignment with what you want. Your frequency is you. It's what you resonate. It's your nervous system. It's the energy that you give off. That's all that it is. It's you. So whatever it is that makes you feel good and makes you feel more of that, that's what you want to do. Okay. If you're using Chinese metaphysics, more specifically Qi Men, then you want to access something called the 9 heavens. That is while you are trying to manifest. And that they call them deities in Chinese, but what it actually is different aspects of yourself. Okay, so in the study of Qi Men, which is a branch of Chinese metaphysics that they used to use they call it for strategic advantages, but it was actually used in war to win wars. right? It was used by all the different emperors. It was actually outlawed for a long time. No one was allowed to practice it unless you were like a person designated by the emperor to practice Qigong. But nowadays it's opening up so that other people have access to the information, and it's being translated in English so that people who don't speak or read Chinese can also have access to this information. But the idea being, using this tool for manifestation, it isn't something outside of yourself. Although the word deity means like God in different languages, in God, it's the divine part within you. So when you're using Chinese metaphysics, you're accessing, okay, the divine part of knowledge within me. I want to use that part of me to tap into my manifestation. I want to use the part of me that's really great at making connections to tap in. I want to use, I'm trying to think of all the different types of my communication skills to help me. So when you're using Qi Men Dan Jia, that's the whole name of it, then you're using the different aspects of who you are and the energy of that and the direction and timing into your manifestation. That's why it increases the power of what you want to manifest. Okay. The next step, the next key is you have to take action. And that is one of the hardest parts. Most people, so we've got the thoughts that we're working on. Let's say let's say you've cleared out space. Okay. Next, you wanted to have your thoughts and you want to look at your limiting beliefs. Then we're looking at the vibration of the different emotions that we have. And then now we're looking at the actions that you need to take. Right? Without actions, nothing happens. You can't just sit here and say, I'm going to manifest a car and have a car fall out of the sky, right? You must take the action towards it. And those action steps need to be in alignment with what you want. So part of the manifestation today, I wanted to manifest the biggest group I've ever had. And I think I had like 50 something people registered for today's class who are going to be watching it on replay or in person, which is so lovely. And it was literally whatever number I manifest. Like I said, oh, I think I'll go for 50. And that's exactly the number that came up. Okay. So when you're intentional with it and when you're in alignment, but that doesn't mean I just sit here and wait for people to show up, right? I had to tell you, I had to decide on a date, a time, I had to tell people, I had to invite people to come, right? You have to take the actions in alignment with where you're going in order to get your results. And some people will tell me, okay, I'm going to, let's say they want to make, we're using money again, but let's say they want to make like an extra $5,000 or something a month. And then they're like, okay, so I'm going to eat better. I'm like, okay, what does eating better have to do with making more money? Unless, you do something in that space, maybe you're a content creator and you talk about weight loss, right? But whatever the case is, your actions have to be in alignment with where you want to go. Okay? You don't make up things where you're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna do this and expect that, and it has nothing to do with where I want to go, that it's going to take you to where you want to be. Okay? Your actions demonstrate your faith, whether you have faith that you are actually going to receive what you want. Okay? And helping you with your actions again is when we talked about tapping into your intuition. If you don't know the next step, work on your intuition. Get yourself to a place where you feel like you can trust your intuition. And also so that you can call in the future version of yourself, that future identity that already has what you want. And you can have a conversation with him or her, right? And then you will know your next step. And then the last step of the process, and it's funny that we even have to say this, but you have to be able to receive what you want. You have to have an open channel to graciously receive whatever is coming to you, right? So you got to clear out any funky energy you have around receiving, even receiving help from people when you need it, right? Sorry, I'm just going down and reading some of the comments. Yeah, struggle with receiving. Yes. So if you struggle with receiving, then yes, a lot of women do struggle because they are givers, right? And even look at the way you take a compliment, right? If someone's like, oh, you're amazing, and you go, oh yeah, so are you, and then you can't actually sit in somebody saying, hey, you're amazing. Right. Okay. So you need to be able to receive what it is that you want. Okay, and you don't say, no, next time. There are people who sometimes it comes to you and they're like, oh, no, thanks. I'm not ready for it right just now. Can you come back on my timing? No. If it's in front of you, if the opportunity is there, it means it's meant to be received right now. Okay. So let's go over those one last time just to make sure we've got it for the keys for manifestation. Was that? Yes. Create the space for change, right? Then you need to get clear on what you want. You need to remove limiting beliefs around what you want. Use your intuition to tap into the future identity of yourself. Vibration is the key. You need to take action. You need to receive. And then the last step is do it all over again. Do it all over again and again until you get to where you want to go, right? And it could take many steps, right? It doesn't have to take one big step or one, like could be a whole bunch of little ones that you see yourself moving there. Okay. Any questions before I go on? And if you would like to ask a question, you can also take yourself off mute if you like. Yes, nope.
Hi,
Hey.
it's Miranda. I just wanted to know about removing limiting beliefs. You might be talking about this later, but just how do we, after we name them, how do
Yeah.
we move through them, or what do we do with them?
Yes. The actual process is like a 30-minute process, but essentially what you do with your limiting beliefs is you have to get to a place where it is not true. Like the belief is just something you've heard over and over and over again, right? So to get yourself to replace it with another belief, you just have to simply hear that new belief over and over and over again, right? But you have to make sure that your belief is not true, right? Like, have you ever believed so hard in something and then realized it not to be true? Of course, like even Santa, right? We believed for so long that Santa was true, and we do know it's true. It's just in our hearts, right? If any kids are listening, Santa is in your heart. But the way that we saw it might not be the way that it's coming out, right? And so we need to tap into what is actually true for us now and upgrade those thoughts that are no longer true, right? And the challenge is you've heard them over and over again, right? We don't have the money for it. We're not, we're not like them, or money doesn't grow on trees, or whatever it is that we have. Or even you tell yourself, I can't be healthy again, right? Like, I'm never going to heal. I hear those things often. And so there is a process that you need to get to replace not only that, but every time it comes up in your mind, it's like, cancel, right? No, thank you. That was that version of you. This is the new version of me that I'm stepping into. And this belief is no longer true for this version of who I want to be. That makes sense? Anybody else? Okay. Awesome. Just interrupt me if you find something. Does anyone see any areas in the process that they, I guess, could do better in, or that they see why they're not getting the results that they want? Okay, awesome. Show of hands so I can see. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So, all right. I am now going to tell you about the super fun, amazing, exciting giveaway. Yay! Okay. So obviously we couldn't go in depth into each one of these processes. Okay. So what I did was that I created a 4-week course, one on limiting beliefs, the next, like 2 go through, like one on Chi-Men, one on frequency, one on the like manifestation areas that you're not getting it to. So it was a 4-week course with an hour to an hour and a half on each of the topics so that we can really dive into it, right? I don't have the ability right now to plot your Chi-Men charts, or else we would be able to go through the intuition exercise, but we will do that, okay? And so the huge giveaway is that at some point I am going to sell this course, but for everybody here, it's going to be free. Yay! Because I love manifestation. So all the things that you want to learn, Miranda, about going into the limiting beliefs, I'm going to do a whole hour on that. We are going through the process one at a time with whatever limiting belief you have that's stopping you, that came up when you said what you wanted, and we will change and switch that out into another belief. Okay. We're going to plot our Chi-Men charts. I'm going to show you how to tap into your different, the different houses that you have, different deities or different aspects of yourself, so you can use that towards your intention. Okay, now there's a whole bunch of what? Thank you, you're welcome. Thanks so much, no problem, no way. Oh, yay. Oh, see, this is so much fun. I love giveaways, don't you? The form to register it, I popped it in the chat, but I will send it out in an email as well. Okay. See, it's fun to celebrate everybody's birthday. Happy birthday to everyone. The only ask I have is if you know somebody who might want to join, to let them know. That's all. All right. And why are we doing this? Because right now in this time, we need more people to manifest what they want. Because the world needs you all to be doing what you desire, what makes you happy, what brings you joy. And the more of that, the light bringers, right? This is the time right now. In Chinese Metaphysics, they work on 20-year energy cycles. And this is the last year of what we call period 8. And next year, it's going into period 9, which means that the energies are shifting and we can already feel it. So whatever served you in period 8 that no longer serves like us as a society, it starts to fall away. And so what some of the people were saying, the masters were saying is, you know, they call it financial turmoil this year, and for things to be up and down, and for your life to be chaotic and all the things, and be, you know, health things to be affected. And we're seeing that everywhere right now. So, hey, it's right on track. However, you want to be in a space that it doesn't matter what the rest of the world is doing, you can still achieve what you want, right? And you want to be in a group of people who can do it. So you're all going to be, whoever's coming into the course, they're going to be put in a Facebook group because we want to be in community together. We're going to meet once a week in this workshop format. We're going to go through all the different parts of manifestation that we couldn't get to today, and to go in deeper into the process. With the frequency, I'm going to run it through from afar, obviously, unless you're one of my patients who is getting frequency. But we will do our best with it. It can still work if you can tap into it. All right. And someone asked, did someone manifest this? They did. Sarah manifested this earlier this week. So we are all here. Thank you for your manifestations. All right. Anyone, I'm going to send out the emails shortly, but it's going to be, if you want to do it live, it is going to be starting on Wednesday, March 22nd at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. If you can't come live, you can just watch it on replay. Okay. 4 weeks, lots of fun. And come with something that you want to manifest. What is your next level that you want to reach? Come with that in mind so that we can clear it. Like in 30 days, because we're going to be working for 4 weeks together, what do you want to create? Right? Think of that from now until then. And we will clear away all the limiting beliefs, make space, clear everything up for you to achieve that goal. So what do you want to create? You can put in a big timeline if you want, but over the course of the course, what is it that you want to create? Awesome. Yay. Anything else that anyone would like to add? Oh, I'm grateful for you all as well.
You're the
It's gonna be-
best.
well, thank you.
Thank you so much. This is such a treat. I can't wait.
Me either. All right, so with that, I will see you all on the 22nd, hopefully live, if not on replay. And until then, figure out what you want. Nice and easy, right? Have a great day, everybody.